Today we're going to review this Hoont brand bug zapper using these lights. And first and foremost, it works. And you could almost stop right there. And it zaps the bug, and the bugs fall into this tray, and then you can just dispose of them. Well, let's go into a little bit more detail. Let's be clear, when the bug hits here, the light, it'll drop into the tray. That doesn't mean it's necessarily dead. What it means, it's just been shocked. And if you leave it there thinking that, okay, well, it's dead, I'll just clean it up, in the morning or, before I go to bed, you might be surprised to see that there are a lot fewer bugs here because they can recover from the shock and then go about their business. So once you hear this popping sound, and you'll hear it, it's pretty loud, and the bug drops, dump it, in the trash, in a container, whatever, so it doesn't come back to life and continue to bother you. Now, on the item itself, a couple things. Changing these bulbs is a nightmare because these materials are kind of flimsy. Okay, they're not that solidly made. And so you have to take off screws here with a small screwdriver, not the standard, Phillips number 2. Take off these, take off screws in here, and when they set in here, it's kind of hard to get it right. Then these panels come out. You're also taking screws out from the bottom. These panels come out, and again, they're flimsy, so they move, and you have to get it set in right. As you would with lining up these brackets, which separate here. You can kind of see that, and these little panels over here. Getting the bulbs in and out is not too bad. You twist and turn like any fluorescent bulb, and then getting this back together. The screws are actually different sizes, so you have to remember which size screw went to what. So replacing the bulbs is not that great of an experience. It's on as it should be, right? And I just replaced these 2 bulbs, but in a 2-pack, only one of them works. And I'm not going to go through the process of doing this again. So when you do order the bulbs, just know that, we got a bad bulb. So the other thing to note is that, and make sure you turn this off, the other thing to note is that there's actually a little battery in here. And that's why I went over the off and on process. And you would think that the battery is to have this thing running in case of a power outage or something, but it doesn't. What it will do is it'll give you a little bit of a charge. So if you leave this button on while you're replacing the bulbs and you start feeling yourself getting zapped, it's because there's a little battery in here. So make sure, obviously, you unplug this, but then you're also turning this switch off before you go through the process, which is a little more elaborate than it should be to replace this. But at the end of the story, it does work. Bugs do get in there, they get zapped, you dump them, and you will get rid of bugs.